which is a plant-based diet. Though I don't knock anybody on how you eat, you know what I'm saying? But I do recommend that you add more healthy options into your lifestyle.
All right. And that's real, man. And it's a good thing because the plant-based diet is something that I'm trying to embrace. It was a little bit more difficult. You don't know what you can do or what you can't do till you try to right. And so it's something that I've been interested in. I dabble in it. I've been to a couple of vegan restaurants and stuff like that, man. But I tell you, when I came and I shook this brother's hand, man, it was a real man hand. So whatever he eating, like, I might want some of that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So no, I'm gonna have my listen to learn hat on today, man. I'm looking forward to finding out some things I may not have knew, or you know, and some things I may have been misinformed on. I'm looking forward to getting the correct information too, brother. So thank you.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Kevin Barnes. The world-class smartass is in the building with a new kind of approach to what we do.
All right.
Right. The People's Network presents The Warrior Report, live from the War Room, aka the Chocolate City Studios, from beautiful Northwest Milwaukee, Wisconsin. How y'all doing? Right. Tonight I'm gonna have a very good time. Tonight I'm fully engaged with what we do and how we do it, and I want everybody to understand that this is what it's about. This is about solidarity. This is about the coming together of blackness.
All right.
This is a show for black men. Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube, Facebook, internet, video, whatever it is. Yes, I am live. Yes, we are simulcasting. Yes, it's us against the machine. Yes, it's 3 black males hoping to affect 300,000 black males.
All right, say that.
Yes, sir.
And somebody going, damn, it's Wednesday.
Right. What they doing on?
Right.
What they doing on? I'm gonna tell you what we doing on. We doing the Warrior Report tonight. This is about warriors. This is about brothers who've been through the struggle. This is about brothers who have fought the good fight. Right. Now, as usual, I got my brother talk to teach, listen to learn.
Yes, sir.
But I got a new personality in here tonight.
Right.
I got a new entity in here tonight, and I'm so happy you came, brother. I'm so happy we was able to make this happen.
Oh yeah, man. I thank you for letting me on, man. I really appreciate this.
Come on, man. You know, you was always a real dude, and we, you know, it's the amalgamation of realness is what I like to call it, right?
And he been hyped, man, for several weeks now.
Yes, sir. And we had so many people that were responsive to what we wanted to do with this show. When we talk about the Warrior Report, let's talk about what a warrior is.
Oh, right.
I will put this question on you. Are you a warrior? I know I am. I know you are. I know you are. But are you? As I break the third plane and get it to the people who deserve it.
That's it.
Welcome to the Chocolate City Studios, live from beautiful Northwest Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my brother. I'm so glad you came, man. You know, we had some beautiful conversations.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about it like black men should.
Right.
And we chopped it up like black men should. And we said to each other, I know where you come from, you know where I come from. And it was time for us to get this thing together, right?
Right.
The underground heroes, right? The underground heroes. The people's choice is Kevin Barnes, it's Kamar Carter, it's Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn for the Warrior Report. Now, y'all can call this the War Room. When we get this up, we'll change the background. But let's be honest about it. The Outlaw Radio is where this comes from. 3041 North is our sponsor, our original sponsor. 414-810-3131. Holler at Brother Keith Terry.
Right.
That's your block, though. That's your block. That's your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? And you get a lot of love from it, right?
Yeah.
So that means you've done some good things, right?
Right.
So we're going to talk tonight about, the Warrior Report with black masculinity versus our sexuality. The key word is sex. Who don't like sex? Don't nobody want to get done up? Who wants to get done up? Hey, pause.
He
Pause.
starts saying do up.
Pause. Sex.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, I ain't heard that since I was a kid.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Right.
Right. Used to do girls up,
Yeah,
right?
he used to do them up.
Right. Then you had a baby, and you realized that do up shit ain't what I thought it
Now,
was.
that's back when you used to get coochie, right?
Right. Coochie. Coochie. In case you haven't noticed, this is a black male show.
Yeah, man.
Everybody talks about us, but nobody talks to us.
Hey.
Everybody want to
Right.
label us. If you want to put stereotypes on us, come on, man. You ain't talked to a black man. When the last time you talked to a real black man?
All right.
What is a real black man?
Mhm.
What is masculinity?
Right.
See, now people want to say, well, Cam, what's the difference between Outlaw Radio and the Warrior Report? The Warrior Report is specific to black males. We're only going to talk about what affects black males on this show.
All right. All right.
And if you're a female, if you don't got a man, you might want to listen to this show. You
Right,
can
right.
get you a man. This is what
And
this
know-
is what
know how
this
to
is what
treat
you
him
want.
when you get it.
You welcome all the women.
Man. So, bro, I want to say, man, I'm very happy that you came. We've known each other for a very long time, and it seemed like we were polar opposites because you was on one side and I was on the other.
Right.
And if you're from the streets, you understand.
right.
Right. So I've seen you in my hood, you've seen me in your hood, and it was always, I'm like, well, you know what, who I respect type shit, right?
Right.
So we're gonna get it in tonight, man. No filters. We're unbossed, we're unbought and unbothered,
Sir.
unfiltered. Now, I want to give y'all the disclaimer for the People's Network because the People's Network presents this.
Mm-hmm.
The opinions expressed on the Warrior Report
Okay.
are solely
Solely
those of the motherfucker that said it.
Right.
Know
right.
who to be mad at, right? So if you say
Make
something,
that clear.
I
Right.
don't want nobody mad at me. If you say something, I don't want nobody mad at me. Now, if I say something, I can handle the whole way.
It's gonna be fun.
Skin need lotion, teeth need Colgate. The hip hop snob is in the building.
Yeah,
414 represent.
Hey.
I'm Capital driving Atkinson all day, any which way you draw it. So, you know, and I know my brother here represents his neighborhood very well. He always has. And that's why I always respecting him.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So when I seen him doing his thing, when I seen that he had transformed and metamorphosized into who he is now, I couldn't help but say, hey, man, that's a good look, right? So we had a very important conversation. See, these are conversations that y'all ain't privy to, right? But it was a very powerful conversation because my brother has taken a different direction in his life. He's changed his life, right? Because I remember you had the pork chop sideburns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Right. And I remember he was damn near as big as me. Now it shows that he's eating herbs and fruits.
That's what I'm saying.
Brother Jay say living off the earth, eating
Right,
herbs
right.
and roots. Right.
It ain't
With
as
the
easy as
key.
it sounds.
Pro-black if you didn't know it, too
Right.
black if you don't want to show it.
Mhm.
But you better understand it is what it is, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. We're gonna be who we are. We're gonna have a very good time tonight. We're gonna talk about black masculinity. Now you might ask, what's the women? They want to do summits and they want to just do them, and that's fine
Yeah.
because sisters deserve that. But I think brothers got to have solidarity too,
Mhm.
right? So from one end of the spectrum to the other, from the rooter to the tutor, this is what we do. So I'm very happy to have my brother Kamar Carter in the house. I got a lot of people. I got a lot of people in the chat room already, and they
All right.
right. And they're like, man, you know, they talking about the coming together. It's like a black Game of Thrones, right?
Right.
Right. It's like a black Game of Thrones, right? So we're gonna come together and we're gonna beat the army of the dead.
Right.
The army of the dead, the pale skins, as Jason. Now Jason is our house. You
I wanted to see where he was
House-
going with it.
house
Right.
what?
How, right.
well, he's a conspiracy theorist.
All right, I'll take that.
Okay.
Now, he's against like he goes against white people.
Quality, and you know what I'm saying, and people that do dirt. It just so happens that people that's doing dirt on the highest level all happen to be white.
Right.
Mhm.
So the show is interactive. You can let us know how you feel. You can let us know what you want to do. My brother has overcome a lot of obstacles. Now, we had a conversation, and he's changed the game. You've changed the game. You are the true definition
Yeah, man.
of the metamorphosis.
Break these generational curses. That's what
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
All right.
So we're going to have a good time tonight. talking about black masculinity
Learning some stuff.
and sexuality. The key word here is sex. If you nasty, tune in. All y'all ladies, y'all nasty. Y'all want to talk about it? You want to get oiled up? You want to get moist? Ooh, we're gonna talk about black men having sex with black women tonight, which is a show that nobody talks about, short of porn, right?
Right.
So I did a show a long time ago on the People's Network called Free Porn, right?
Yeah.
So this is free porn.
Yeah, they
right?
was tuning in. So like, what?
Right. People say free porn. I'm with that shit. I'm with that shit. Shout out to 3041 North, 414-810-3131.
5-star.
Man, Milwaukee's Urban Country Club. Shout out to my brother Keith Terry,
Yes,
man.
sir.
My brother, he's been supporting me for so long. You know, and when you get that kind of support, you don't even know what to do. It's just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because he's shown me what true solidarity is. Shout out to DAMGENT. KT Killing Them is out here right now. We've been on the road. Shout out to Antoine Mack.
Antoine
Mack doing his thing, man.
I see something new from that brother almost daily, man. Whether
Shout out
it's
to my
his
sister
clothing
Serena
line or whatever.
Brown.
Shout out to Serena.
Serena Brown with the Get Motivated, Get Healthy Facebook group. I made her a promise about talking about wellness.
Okay.
Because you know I'm never been short of a sandwich, right? Like because I love sandwiches, right? And I love meat, right? So we're gonna not meat like that. I'm talking about meat that I can cook on the grill. But I got my brother here. He's a specialist in the herbalism. Not the kind of herb Jason like, but the herbalism, right?
Including but not limited to.
Right. There you go. There you go.
The
You know, years ago, man, I was into the herbs, but I was into the street herbs. You know what I'm talking about?
Right, them good herbs.
Now,
That's some good herbs.
You know, who'd have thought? You know what I'm saying? I'll be where I'm at now, where I talk about health and wellness and, you know what I'm saying, a natural healing herb.
Yes.
You know, and what's ironic is that street herb was healing also.
Yes.
Right, and we
You
didn't know.
We just didn't even know it. We just thought we was running around getting high, you know.
And we was.
Right.
Because I was. I don't know about nobody else. Right. As they say, high as a giraffe ass on the moon. This is what we do, man. But I realized at that point I was desensitizing myself. I was really just doing that. I was self-medicating, right? So now as an older man, as a grown man, I got to figure out a way to continue my life. I have children. I have a family that I'm responsible for. And I need to figure out a way to make sure I see my grandkids. And that's where your approach to holistic medicine and the herbs comes in, right? Like I said, not the herbs that I like, because I got homies who will bring me some West Coast herbs. I got some homies who will bring me some herbs that will distract you for a second, but they won't contribute to your organic nature.
And make you eat a lot.
Well, you're gonna eat. That can stimulate your appetite, right?
Twizzlers and Twinkies.
Right. So
punch.
I'm very happy to have my brother here, man. This is the Warrior Report. People said it should be live from the Warrior Room, the War Room. I'm sorry, but it is the War Room. But we call it the Chocolate City Studio. So I want you to feel at home, right? And we do Outlaw Radio, which will be on tomorrow night from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. anytime you want. This is cross training. You know what I'm saying? We can do whatever we want to do.
Yes, sir.
Now you are actually a little bit more active than me because you're on WNOV. And I don't have no friends at WNOV. Because we're the underground, right? Like people like, oh shit, like they can't do that.
Right.
Tell these people what times and days you're on WNOV.
Okay, I'm on WNOV every first and third Wednesday.
First and third Wednesday.
At 5:30. I call my show Talk That Talk. I usually film it. I mean, not film it, but I record it live on Facebook. It's not a visual podcast. It's just an audio podcast. So they send that recording over to the editor, then they put it on their platform or whatever like that.
We gonna get you visual, brother.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you visual. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the position that y'all take on that show is very pertinent to us. And I always say, what I like to do on the People's Network is talk about the things that matter to Black people. Like, excuse my French, but we don't give a fuck about a Kardashian. We don't give a fuck about a Trump. We don't give a fuck about a Reagan, a Bush, a conservative, or any of that. We want to talk about the things that are pertinent to us. Now, with the Warrior Report, we want to talk about Black masculinity. We don't talk about Black males. Everybody talks about us, but they don't talk to us.
Right.
Talk to us. The show's interactive. I got a phone line if you want to get down. Especially tonight when we start discussing masculinity, right? Because I think right now what we have in common is all of us are parents. Now, a long time ago, like the Star Wars movie start out, a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away. Your boy didn't have no kids, he didn't have nothing to lose. I would gamble every day with my destiny. I didn't understand where I was going. I didn't really give a shit where I was going because I woke up every morning not giving a fuck, right? And I can say fuck. You can say fuck on Outlaw Radio and the People's Network.
And which.
And the Warrior Report. Because the Warrior Report, one thing about it is this is interactive because a lot of people chimed in when we said, what should we call this show? They wanted to hear Warrior. They wanted to hear Warriors talk. Look, if you ain't been on the front lines, don't talk to me. If you ain't putting no work in, don't talk to me.
Right.
You can talk about it. You can hear a rap song and you can say, I did. If you ain't been there.
Say it like that.
Because like I tell people, in a shootout ain't no slow motion. You know, when death comes, death comes. You got dead homies, they die for real. This is not Marvel Comics. It's not that. They don't get to come back.
Say Marvel Comics.
Right. So why we watch these movies and we get this kind of distracted understanding of what reality is for black men.
Yes, sir.
So any sisters that's listening, I would love for y'all to chime in because I want to hear what y'all think in regards to what we discussed tonight. Because we're going to talk about black masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Hair on your chest. You know, hairy balls. You know, having balls. What do having balls mean?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
we want to hear the sisters call in and tell us about
right.
it.
I don't want them to call in and talk about balls, but I'm just saying.
Well, address your questions to me.
Right. If you want to talk about balls, call Jace. If you want to talk about herbs and
right.
I'm just saying
if I need to expound a little
shout out
bit.
to YouTube because we're simulcasting. We're live on our YouTube page. Please subscribe to our YouTube page, The People's Network, man. And this is what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
It's all about us coming together like butt cheeks, man. We're like pigeon shit. We're everywhere, right? And whether or not you understand it or not is on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure it out. You know, people say one of our biggest issues is we're dying from ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And in God's eyes, ignorance is not an excuse.
Right.
Because there are sources. Right. You can't go. You can't go of course. I didn't know you. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's your goddamn fault.
They don't give a damn.
Right.
We hoped you did.
So this is about warriors, man. This ain't about dudes who put on. This ain't about, and I know my brother. I know him. And I know he was on the front lines at one time. We discussed the transitions to manhood. We discussed, like, you went to the penitentiary. I went to college, right? I could have been in a penitentiary and you could have been in college.
Yeah.
We could have easily changed places.
Or dead.
Either, right. Common denominator.
Let's keep it a buck.
Right. Man, that's where we're going.
Bucks, man. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so pleasured about the life that I live now. You know what I'm saying? I think about all the years, I pushed a bunch of bullshit to the community. You know what I mean? I was a rapper for a while. So, you know what I mean? I spoke, I promoted a lot of bullshit to the community. And now I'm on this new level, on this new thing where it's like, I can balance this shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I sold death to the community, man, for years.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's
ghetto entrepreneur.
Now, what better can I give back than to be able to give my community life?
Trying to undo some of the.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas I was tearing brothers down back in the day. You know what I mean? Now I'm building them up. And
that's what it's about. And that's why I said to you, bro, all we got to do is make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I see your transition. And you are one of a few brothers I know from the grind, from where we were at. You know what I'm saying? And we're Gen Xers, so it was the 90s, right? And we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about our transition from not being aware to being what they call woke. I don't like the terminology woke because that indicates that I was ever asleep. And I don't sleep.
Right.
I'm an insomniac, right? I took a quick breath. Right. But when I woke up, I saw you in my yard, right? And I got your ass up out of there. And I know you was there. And I know that a lot of brothers who at the time probably looked up to us you know what I'm saying, and thought we were doing what we should be doing, and inadvertently followed us and said, well, that's a real nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And then it's like, you know, when you see that you say that, you know what I mean? I remember it was a few months ago I posted something about that. I'm like, well, what is a real nigga?
We've done that
The
show.
whole show. Yes,
We've
sir.
You
done
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What is a real nigga, man? I mean, I feel like that is such bullshit. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
Because when you look at society and how these brothers look at it, like, I'm a real nigga. You know, okay, but you running around, you stealing cars, you running red lights, you killing people, or you putting lives at stake. What's so fucking real about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That ain't no real nigga. What is a real nigga?
What is a real nigga?
You know what I'm talking about?
What is a real nigga?
A real nigga is just that. Like you said, I'm a real nigga. I steal cars. I run red lights. I do this. That's a real nigga. But let's talk about being real men. You know what I mean?
Real black people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
real black men.
real
You
black
know what I
men.
mean? Okay, well, if I see you, brother, and you doing wrong, I'm going to at least pull your collar to it.
Right.
Real
Right.
man shit.
Lace
You know
me
what I
out.
mean?
Yes, sir.
You got kids, you taking care of them. Real man shit.
Lace me
You know
up.
what I mean? You
Lace
got a
me
woman,
Iron-
you respect her. You know what I mean? You treat her right. Real
Yes, sir.
man shit.
Ooh,
Whereas
Iron
back in the
brother.
day, you know what I mean? We looked at women completely different. Me and you brushed up on this, Kevin.
we talked
you know what I'm
about
saying?
it. We
Like,
talked
we looked
about
at
it.
women completely different, man. It was all money over bitches. Money over bitches.
We don't let them hoes.
You know, I remember it was a point in time in my life, man, where we thought it was tricking if you smoke your weed with a chick.
Right.
You know
what
what I
you doing, bro?
Dog, he let his girl hit the blunt, man. He let his girl hit the blunt. You know what I'm saying?
Simp-ass
But
dude.
man, that was such bullshit.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
That's machoism.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, when I went to prison,
machismo.
hey, look, check this out, man. When I went to prison, did none of those real niggas, you know what I'm saying, back me up, hold me down while I was gone. You know what I'm saying? None of them, man. Only people that held me down was black women that was in my life.
Well, I can honestly say this. In my family, shout out to the Barnes family, shout out to the Mallet family. You know, the penitentiary comes with this street. So we made sure. We made sure. Shout out to Capitol Drive. Shout out to the real folks. Shout out to the EBA, right? Shout out to the CDTFB boys. Yeah, we held it down. When your partner go to prison, if you don't put some money on his books, you get nothing, right? So we did hold each other down, but we held each other down to a certain degree, because if that brother don't come home and you got something else going, then you're a fraud, right? So I'm happy to say I got some family that came home and your boy had some business going on. I had gotten a college degree. I was having things my way, and I blessed them. Right now, it didn't end up like I thought it would. It's
Never
not
does.
a movie. It's
Right.
not a remix, right?
Right.
And some of them said, "Oh yeah," but they still wouldn't let, and they fucked me over. So when you talk about what's a real nigga, what's a real nigga? This is black men saying,
Right, so I'm happy to say
"What is it?" Hey, do your sound check. No, you good. You good. At least we know the microphone is hot, right?
Yeah, it is damn hot. But if you listen to the show, one of the things that I'll say quite often is sometimes they ain't us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, you know, is this? I think there's a certain portion of niggas, right? That's different from black people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I even come on the show and say I love black people who love black people.
But at one point,
What about the other ones? Not so much.
I think my brother touched on the point that at one point I was really initiating genocide on my own community. And I thought, and that's why we're going to talk about masculinity, because at that point, that was a way for me to earn my stripes. They say, well, Young Kev out here getting it in, right? But Young Kev was out here doing a lot of bullshit, right? It took me a long time. It took me a long time to figure it out that, dog, you on some bullshit. You got to straighten up, man, right? If you want to be a black man and you want to be masculine, you know, thank God I had a father. Thank God I had a real father, right? I'm a PK, and so is this brother right here.
Yes, sir.
I went left of the Bible, right? I went so deep into, I sinned on the Old Testament level, right? And I realized the error of my ways. Now, another thing that me and this brother talked about is having baby girls, right? I remember I did the tea party with my baby girl.
Yeah.
I remember I was sitting there, and my wife looked in there at me and said, "Ooh, if I show this to the homies,
Click.
but you know what I'd have told them?
That's love.
Fuck y'all,
Right, real
Man,
talk.
look,
my
man,
baby
listen,
girl."
man, I paid my baby toenail. You know
No,
what I'm
wait,
saying? I do.
Your
And I'ma
baby
tell
girl's
you,
toenail, or
yeah.
you paint your baby toenail?
No, not the baby toe. Just my daughter. My daughter. Let me say
Yes,
that.
sir.
Straighten that out.
But
Straighten
you know
that
what?
out.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I do little stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
So when she grow up, she understand that
A man
should
should
be doing extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So a
sir.
man should be doing extra.
Yes.
Shout out
When
to
a man
Serena
does
Brown.
extra, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know they really
Shout out to Serena Brown with the you got to get motivated. No, she got to get motivated, get healthy Facebook group. And she's stressing Black wellness. Black wellness is the way to go. Like we'll talk about tomorrow night, please don't miss. Tomorrow night we'll talk about reparations again. We'll talk about how we should get these reparations because they are owed to us. Don't you ever believe that they ain't owed to us. But as Black men, we got to figure out how it should be structured. We got to figure out because we're in charge, right? So shout out to her and
And you know the way things looking now, man. If they gave us some reparations, we'd blow it.
well, it depends on how they structure.
give it, right?
Yeah,
Now I
yeah,
want to say
yeah.
shout out to my sister Octavia Manuel from Black Nurses Rock, who came on here.
Shout out.
See, I'm methodical if nothing else, right? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. I bring a Black nurse in. I got my sister Serena Brown with me.
She did her
I
thing.
got my
too.
brother Kamar Carter with me.
Yeah.
We gonna get right, man. We gonna get right. We gonna get tight, man. And that's why tonight we gonna have a real good time. So tell a friend and tell a friend, share the live. Please go and subscribe to my Facebook page.
Share it.
This will be on your page as well. The People's Network presents the Warrior Report.
That's what's up.
Right? Black masculinity and our sexuality. Keyword sex.
Right.
Who want to get nasty tonight? I want to talk nasty tonight. What get you wet? What get you moist if you're a female? I ain't talking to no dudes.
I hope not.
Pause. Pause.
But
Right.
I tell you what, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask the first question.
No, go ahead, brother.
Because we talked a lot about masculinity, right? And as
We
far-
ain't talked a lot about it yet, but we're going to get there.
Well, let's talk a lot about masculinity. So, but even as in regards to wellness and the herbs and so on and so forth, how is masculinity different from femininity in terms of the
he
wellness?
went deep on his first question.
You know,
Well, I'm gonna say like this, right? First of all, it was between masculinity and femininity. Well, let's look at it like this. We're supposed to understand that the women are the head and not the men. Because, see, we've been learned that the man should be the head.
Oh, I'm going to go at you, bro.
Check this out. In the house, the woman runs the house. The woman makes the rules. The man is the enforcer. This is how we're made. You know what I'm saying? This is how we go together. We both play an intricate part in the whole relationship thing. You know what I'm saying? We both have. How can a woman be the enforcer? How can a woman be the tough one? She shouldn't have to be tough. You dig what I'm saying? That's our job. Okay, we go back. We go back to the war room. Let's call it the war room with the
chocolate city, right?
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And we go back with the women and we discuss what we need to do. What do we need to do? She makes the rules, and we get out here in the land and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it works.
Now we're talking about gender roles.
right.
This is a big issue in our community with Black men and Black women. Let's get in tune.
Let me tell you,
Sisters, share with your girlfriend who ain't got no man. Because if she listens to us, she might get a man, right? Let's talk about gender roles.
a whole lot of eyes got big, brother, when you said that the woman was the head, right? I guarantee you it was some shocked faces out there.
I want sisters to feel that way because the game has changed. See, I'm a derivative of those old Southern Black men. This is where I get my game from. And truth be told, my mother was a Southern woman. And she gave me the game, right? She gave me what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing. And she told me off top, son, don't ever let a woman run you. You're a man.
Right.
You don't let a woman run you. But with that comes the responsibility and the accountability of it. Do what you're supposed to do. You can't claim the leader if you ain't a leader.
Right.
Right?
Right. A leader first, a leader is a servant.
A servant leader.
So if I'm gonna be your leader, I have to be able to serve you. You know what I mean? The woman, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna lead you, I have to be able to serve you. and in order to serve you, I have to be able to make you happy. Right? That's a part of serving. You dig what I'm saying? You're making the person that you're serving happy. You're making them comfortable. You know, you dig what I'm saying?
Now, I totally agree with you wholeheartedly that we've been misled in terms of how we've been taught that the man is the head, right? But I think equally, and just my opinion, equally is wrong would say that the woman is the head, because what you have is a universal law. That means it's in every religion, you know. And so we've been taught incorrectly when you talk about the Trinity, because you know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. The woman is omitted. You see what I'm saying? And so the true Trinity, and all you have to do is go outside and look at nature, and you will see that the true Trinity is man, woman, and child, right? And so I think that we get into a little bit of a pissing match when we start talking about who's the head, because the reality of it is neither one of them can have a full Trinity without the other, right? So femininity and masculinity are universal laws, and they're both equally as important.
Not just deep, totally deep, right? Now, I'm not going to back up off the fact that my father was a real man. And I was created within his image, and I've led my family regardless of the flaws and the mistakes that I've made, because I am an individual,
perfectly flawed.
Your boy won't never come on here and tell you that he's perfect, but I tell you, we got to this point, and nobody even gave me credit for getting here, right? I was supposed to have been dead by the time I was 19. I'm 43 years old.
You made it.
You got that right.
Never would have made it.
Whoop your ass.
Right?
Whooping ass is a part of what I do. Right? So listen. No, but I have a very strong woman. I have a very strong wife. My wife, you know, Kevin ain't shit. Let's be honest, right? I'm not. I'm a dirty rag, right? I'm a dirty rag. My wife is very strong, but she's always respected my masculinity. So we're gonna talk about masculinity. And I want to talk to sisters who may or may not have a masculine man, right? Let's talk about what masculine men do and what they don't do.
Right.
Let me tell you something. When it ain't no food in the house, a masculine man will not blame you. He'll kill, steal, or rob to get it done. And he'll go do his time and not snitch.
Word.
Say that last part again.
Not snitch.
He will not snitch.
Kill, steal, and rob. The ends justify the means entirely, right? A real man has no excuses. A real man is vulnerable. See, vulnerability is something black men got to understand. You know, I was schooled by these Southern black men who they played like they didn't have vulnerabilities, and I thought that was true until I seen my daddy cry. When I saw my daddy cry, I said, what the fuck I'm going to do now? Right? What am I going to do now?
That fucked you up, huh?
It did.
Yeah. You know, we was taught not to cry. Don't cry.
Boy.
Wipe your eyes.
You better stop.
Yeah, stop that punk ass
crying
and shit.
I was taught smile a lot and cry alone.
But when my mama died, I cried comfortably. And I cried so hard when my mother died, I wish a motherfucker would have challenged me.
Pillow was wet.
I'd have blew his head off. I'd have went and got a gun from somewhere, and I'd have said, how dare you? So what I tell my son now is save your tears, because it's going to come a point in life where you can use them. But don't be crying about some bullshit.
You know, the creator, the creator made it possible for us to cry so we can release.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can release and get ready for the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that a man does. We handle the problem, we deal with it,
and you move on.
Keep it moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So as a man, you come home and the lights is off. Your girl's crying, is upset. You don't shed a tear. You go make sure that you can get them lights cut back on. Don't you dare sit there with her and cry. Because if you do, guess what you are? You're less than a man. You ain't masculine.
She ain't gonna respect you like
she ain't. You go do something. All the shit you said you was doing. I thought you was a rapper. Go make a mixtape.
Go rap.
I heard a brother say to women one time, he said, if you have a man that you don't think of first when you have a problem, you don't have a man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
Real talk.
That's a good one.
So we're gonna
I
talk
need to make
about
that a post on Facebook.
right. So
Feel free.
I
Yeah.
need to write this shit down. I'm dead
I'm
serious.
gonna come by and like that motherfucker, right?
hey, you know what? You know what my biggest issue is right now? Everybody wants to demand. They want to define. I'm sorry, not demand, but define what masculinity is to black men. And I'm here to tell you, you can't tell me shit.
And it ain't black men trying to make that
No,
definition.
it's other people trying to tell us who
how
shit.
to be men.
Listen,
Yes.
I had a white woman tell me one time that because the first time I took my son in Toys R Us, if he went to the doll section and I checked him and reprimanded him, I was wrong. She told me that. She said, well, why wouldn't you? I said, you know what? Fuck what you talking about. He was wrong. Because he was a little boy and you shouldn't be in the doll section. Because I'd buy you any G.I. Joe or Transformer.
I was gonna say, did you have a doll though?
My daughter was in the doll section.
No, but did you have a G.I. Joe or Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, the daddy who was there to buy it for it. You are just define the terms.
Right.
I define them. I'm a black man and I'm raising a black man.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, the other side will tell you this and that. But as black men, we gotta be together and telling them, you don't get to tell us shit.
We're gonna define shit already. That's why
we're gonna lay this down.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about black masculinity. What is black masculinity? Because I keep hearing people say, "Oh, toxic masculinity."
No such thing.
Right.
It's a made up term.
Well, let me tell you something about now my generation. I'm a Gen Xer. I come up in the 80s. Let me tell you something about the 1980s. The 1980s was the hardest decade for black people ever because you had crack and semi-automatic weaponry. And you had gangs, and you had an intentional pursuit of destruction for the black community. I had to grow up. Listen, I wanted to be soft. I remember my freshman year in high school, I just wanted a girlfriend. I was like Bobby Brown. I wanted a girlfriend.
I need love.
Right. When I'm alone in the room, sometimes I pull out my balls, and when my mama comes in, I put them back in my drawer. Right? But you know what the females taught me? If you don't got no money, you don't got nothing. I'm not fucking with you. Right?
Now there's another part.
I got mad. I said, you know what? If I ever do get a chick, I'm going to treat her bad. And I did. And I said, from now on out, I'm the coldest player on the planet. My mother told me there's never the best pimps and the best players was made by women. And I learned this by reading Iceberg Slim, a.k.a. Robert Beck's first book, Pimp, The Story of My Life, because he had a problem with his mother, who removed the real male role model from his life. And he was mad at her about it. He pimped hard, long, and strong.
The sad part is she took that position because of what happened to her earlier in her life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it just trickled down. A lot of people think mothers can't be toxic to their children.
Bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Mothers
when nurturing goes wrong.
Just like absent fathers.
Any brother with an ex-wife knows that.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm
That's why I tell sisters all the time, and they say, I'm his daddy and his mama. No, you ain't.
No, you're not.
Unless you're a hermaphrodite.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Stop telling him that because you
don't have the balls.
If you don't got balls, you can't understand.
It don't work like that.
If you need more explanation, I'm the balls guy.
Well, we'll be on tomorrow. Well, you better pause with that, though. Because somebody going to be like, I'm finna go to Jason Page and follow him.
I got a question about some balls.
Wait, listen, believe I'm looking long and hard at your profile.
Don't say long and hard and balls.
Look, see, the show was going on wrong. It's going on wrong. We wasn't expecting this.
I didn't know Jason was going to be the advocate for balls. I didn't know that.
I'm talking to the women who have questions about balls.
Okay, well,
we talked about masculinity and femininity. I thought I drew a
Gerald, it is the Warrior Report. Get used to it. It's part of the People's Network.
Yes, sir.
My brother Kamar Carter, myself, Kevin Barnes, the world-class smartass. You know what I'm saying? The mouthpiece of the movement. The militant with a microphone, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer in the building. Yeah. Capitol Drive in Atkinson, standing all the way up, right? North Side, stand all the way up. But I'm in here and I'm having a good time with my brothers tonight. Yeah. And this is all about black males, and this is all about masculinity. I want to tell my sisters, if you want a man, you can repeat any of this to him, and he's going to be impressed. So if you're a sister and you say, well, I just was wondering about your balls, he going to say, I want to go with you.
And let me explain this to you a little bit more in depth, right?
Right. We don't ask the right questions. We don't ask the right questions to each
Right.
other.
Right.
Like, because when it comes to masculinity, this is the one thing I've always done that I pride myself in. Thank God to the Barnes and the Mallet family that I've always done is I've never hesitated to ask a female upon our first introduction, tell me about your father. What kind of relationship did you have with him? If she said I never knew him and then you gonna have daddy
Hey,
issues.
listen,
So
man,
you got-
I was just gonna say
You
that,
got
man.
to check for an uncle.
A
It
lot
might
of
be an
time
uncle or a
in the-
pastor or something. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that too.
Yes, sir.
That's possible. They can step in also.
Yes, sir.
But what I've learned over the years, man, is like the different women that I ever messed with, you know what I mean? The fathers wasn't in their lives, they was the promiscuous. You know what I mean? They were the easy ones. You know what I'm
Sometimes.
saying? And that's what I said in my experience. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Well, we got the 100%
And
rule.
for the most part.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I should say that's what I should say for the
Unless
most
you
part.
got touched.
Because the father's not in the lives, you know what I mean? A lot of the time they turned out to be the promiscuous.
Right. Because she didn't know how a man should treat her. And this is what I'm saying. When I talk about masculinity, see, baby, you know, the one thing I have with my wife is we have an understanding. Everything inside the house is you. Everything outside the house is me. And that's not limited to if somebody's creeping around the outside of the house. Because let me tell you something. I'm not getting taped up. I'm not getting tied up. You come in this motherfucker, that robbery turns into a murder. I got to go first.
It's going to go real bad.
If I don't hit you first.
I got
Kaiser Sosa type shit.
Kevin Sosa.
But let me tell you,
a lot of slugs involved.
But as a black man, though, real talk, when you see a young lady out there doing some bullshit, what's the first thing that come to your mind? Where's her daddy?
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, when she doing what she doing, he not around. That's why she doing.
Shout out to little girls in the midst
I got 3 daughters.
Milwaukee is a hub for sex trafficking. I have a daughter. My brother has a daughter, and my brother has a daughter.
Yes, sir.
All right. I got 1. You got 3. He got 2.
Yes, sir.
I got 1. And I'm telling you right now, I'd rather die a good death than see somebody do something to her.
That's something to die for. That's an honorable exit.
And she was my firstborn, and I remember how she changed my perspective. And you know, looking at my daughter when she was just born, I said, this is poetic justice. Because of all of the bullshit that I've done with women, all of the mistakes I've made, all of the bullshit we don't love them hoes. Give me the nappy and make me happy. Come on, baby. Hurry up. Let's get it done and move around. Ain't nobody simping, it's just pimping, right? Right? This is how I was raised. I'm going to be honest with my people.
That's real.
But then when I had this baby girl, I started saying, no, I have feminine sensibilities now. All of a sudden, I was interested in when my wife said, well, you know, she got a sensitive scalp. I said, well, what should I get? Get some coconut in Walgreens, buying coconut oil. I didn't have a sister growing up. In our house.
Hey, man, ain't it something, though, like, you know, how our daughters, they soften you up. You know what I mean? You talk different. You know, the tone of your voice get different and everything.
And she a whole nother perspective, bro.
And she will get at you and your wife be like, oh, really? Because my daughter will tell me right now, Daddy, be quiet. And my wife be like, oh, really? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Don't say that to me. What was you talking about? Right. You get your ass whooped fucking with my baby girl. It changed me. I thought I was from the streets. I thought I was hard. I thought I was hardcore. I thought I was devoid of emotions. But the first time I held that little girl in my arms, I looked at her and said, God damn, I am pillow soft. I'm cotton ball soft, right? Now, I don't mean you could have slapped me after that because I'd have put her down and whooped your ass. But I just realized that there was a sensibility about myself. Like I don't believe in feminism, but I believe in it in terms of my baby girl getting her rights.
What you mean you don't believe in feminism?
I don't believe in feminism because I feel like feminism is more about lesbian women who are confused and can't find men. But when it comes to my baby girl, you tell her whatever you want to do. She said, Dad, I don't play it, but if she said, Dad, that's what I'm doing, I tell the coach, you better give her a goddamn honest try.
But you want your daughter to make as much money as her male counterpart that's doing the same job right next to her. Right?
I want her to stay off the pole.
That too.
And
excuse me, that one, right? And then, but in addition to that, like, I to just brush all that under feminism. Like I think there's a certain aspect to feminism that's just fairness, right? You know what I'm saying? If we're doing the same job, we're on the assembly line.
See, I think,
you're a woman, I'm a man.
feminism is some white
I
women
want my
made
daughter
up.
to make as much money.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
feminism,
saying?
I believe that's something.
I believe that's some white women made up.
I think some of our black women took the feminism
Absolutely.
platform and turned it into something where it's like against the black male.
Because,
But let me touch on something right
yes,
quick.
sir. Yes, sir.
Jarrell Reed's Terrell chimed in, right?
Okay.
She said, why are daddy issues labeled on women as if they are the reason for their fathers not being in their lives?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Daddy issues are placed on, and this is one of those word association games. Daddy issues to women are as mommy issues are to men.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
say that.
as many black women that have daddy issues, there's equal black men who have mommy issues.
Hello.
Right.
Because fathers supply discipline and they provide structure. Mothers provide nurturing and love, unconditional love.
Right.
See,
different categories, though.
rest in peace to my mama. She died in 2006. Nobody loves me like mama loves me.
Man, tell me.
Nobody ever will.
Nobody ever will.
Nobody ever will.
Right. Thank God I received that love, because if I never had, I'd be looking for it.
Mhm.
Therefore, I don't have mommy issues.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you never knew your father, you never got that guidance and that structure. Because one thing about my daddy was he talked in short terms, right?
Mhm.
He didn't talk a lot. He wasn't gonna keep coming to the boy. You got some condoms. That was his birds in the
That
bees.
was it.
That was it. Yeah, daddy, I got him.
Bro.
Yeah.
Just keep it going. Right. So I, to answer her question, and I hope, I hope she understands, I'm not putting daddy issues on women and saying that's their issue. Because in a community where we lack good mothers and good fathers, all of us have a complaint.
We all got it.
We all have those
You know what I'm
complaints.
saying? Let me chime in on that a little bit.
Go ahead, bro.
That is just to build on a little bit of what you just said. When we said daddy issue, we're not saying that it's the girl's fault.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
I have so much sympathy for the girl whose father wasn't around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I do everything I can to help the girl whose father wasn't around, or even still to this point when I meet young ladies whose fathers isn't around. You know what I mean? I try to be that when I can. So no, we're not tearing women down.
No,
whose father's not in their lives.
No.
You know what I mean? We love y'all. Black women, let me tell you, black men still love y'all. Let's put that out there.
Yes.
Let's get it out there. That's
Yes.
us on the Warrior Report, we love y'all.
Yes.
And I
know
want to
that.
put this on the Warrior Report. We don't just love weak women.
Right.
We love strong black women.
Yes.
We love warrioresses. We love black women who've been through the same shit we've been through. Because some of these sisters did the same thing you and I did. They went out there and fought the good fight. They did what they could do. It's some gangsta. Listen, I met some sisters who was G's. More G than some of my homeboys. I met some sisters who would hold a man down and say, bro, if you fight out, you had to tell her, get your ass in the car. Get in the car. She said, hell no, I ain't getting in until you get in. So this is not a platform where we go against black men.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And we love strong sisters.
Yes.
Don't nobody want no weak ass sister.
No.
We want sisters who can tell you, and see, this is why weak black men run to white women.
Say that
Because
again.
they think
Say that again.
it's an easier, I can get away with a bunch of bullshit.
Mhm.
Instead of, because a black woman,
Which they probably can.
well, sometimes.
Let me tell you, sometimes
That's
them
the
white
problem.
women
I don't
get
know.
out their ass.
A ring is a ring.
Right.
You marry her white ass, you gonna have the same kind of drama.
Real talk.
She gonna be like, well, my dad said, now you gotta deal with her goddamn daddy, Mr. Kombowski.
Right.
Your black ass is a Kombowski. And you living in his house on his property.
Right.
So you extra
He got some
pressure.
say.
You goddamn right. He got all the say because he bought the house. He gave the loan
Right.
for the down payment.
All that.
So I'm saying to sisters, stop thinking black men only want sisters who are weak. Because a black woman got brothers, she grew up in the same community, she'll call you on your bullshit.
Mhm.
She'll say, no.
Give me the strong one that's gonna call me on my shit.
But let me tell you,
what I mean? Keep me on my toes.
That's
You know what I'm
accountability.
saying? Yeah, keep me on my toes. You know what I mean? Keep me moving, push me. Tell me you proud of me. You know what I'm saying? All that.
But that's what I'm saying.
That just make me want to do more for you.
Just give me some.
There's a balance. They can't be all kicks in the ass. Listen, if I do right, give me a pat on the back. If I do wrong, give me a kick in the ass.
Well, don't kick me in my
It can't be this.
Don't kick me in my
Not you know,
I'm from
not
Capitol.
physically, not
On
physically.
Capitol, we don't get kicked in our ass.
It's a metaphor.
Right.
Point of
That's
it
some Bible link shit.
Point of it is.
That's you with
Point of it
Florida.
is you have a woman that you want, you know what I'm saying, to support you
He trying to
and pat
ignore
you on the back. Let me tell you, because I'll get at you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you're trying to take me off my point, and I waited like for 5 minutes to jump in. You know what I'm saying? Before I had the shit written down, and then when I get it, you want to talk shit.
Now, let me say
So,
my shit.
yeah. So no. So now, what you saying is Capitol Drive?
Right.
Well, motherfuckers can't drive on Capitol. What you say? What you say?
Well, don't go back 60 if you run the yellow light, you might get your ass knocked
Listen,
off.
it's bumper cars, motherfuckers. Get your driver's license on
Where
Capitol
we
Drive.
from? Get your car, baby.
Now,
CDTFB.
you see what you reduced me to. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about something pertinent, and now I got to talk about what you talking about.
Gangster. That's the kind of woman you need to throw you off your square when you argue.
I got the woman I need. You get me?
Right. We argue.
Hey, look, check
She
this
just
out.
pull her blouse up.
Hey,
And
you know, I just the other night I did a live about art.
okay.
Right.
Argue.
Check this out. When you arguing, you're all that aggressive, hollering and all that, you know what I mean? Like, what are you really trying to do? You know what I mean? What you're trying to do is you're trying to intimidate the other person and to see it your way.
Right.
And who are you to try to intimidate somebody? And then really when you start talking about your wife or your woman, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to intimidate your woman like that? To make her see it your way? You know, real men can talk about stuff, you know what I'm saying? Calm down, brother. You know, we can talk. Calm down, lower your breath. Lower your voice, take some deep breaths, you know what I'm saying? Relax and kick back and talk about what you
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday night. It is not Outlaw Radio. The People's Network presents the Warrior Report. With my brother Kamar Carter, talk to teach, listen to learn, and the world-class smartass. So if you're tuning in, like, well, what about Trump? What about Barrett? We ain't talking about that shit tonight. We're talking about black men.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about our masculinity and our sexuality. We ain't even touched on sexuality yet. A lot of y'all just waiting on sex, right? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about sex, right? But right now we're talking about masculinity. So my brother, you was talking about argument. Now, since I've been in a long-term relationship for a very long time, totally understand arguments. Totally understand when two people are yelling, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening.
And let me tell you, man, there's science to that, right? It's a science to it. You know, I just said, take deep breaths. Slow down, take some deep breaths. It's a science to it. See, when you get upset, you huffing and puffing, you're taking a bunch of quick, deep breaths, you know what I'm saying? So now you're not getting the oxygen to your brain that your brain needs to make correct decisions. You know what I mean? When you get upset, you know what I mean? You're literally lowering your IQ.
Right.
You know, you notice when you get mad like that, you do stupid shit, you say shit that you really didn't want to say, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't.
You got to go out on the porch and smoke a Newport, which further derives you.
Right. Right. It's going to make you ill in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but you know, that's something, and it really makes sense too, you know? Like I say, you get all huffy and puffy and shit, you ain't breathing right.
And oxygen is so important. So listen, let's take it back. Let's draw it back in. I want to talk about the herbs. Like you do the herbs, right? Like you talk about the herbs.
Mm-hmm.
My people who listen to Outlaw Radio, which will be on tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. See the logo. Sponsored by 3041 North, the AMG, KT Killing Them, Get Healthy, Get Motivated Facebook group.
Sound
Black
Silhouette.
Nurses Rock, Sound Silhouette. We have a
Let
documentary.
me plug my health group.
Do that.
Healthy Self, Heal Thyself. Make sure y'all come to the group. If you're looking to transition your life from a meat-eating diet to a plant-based diet, or even just a vegetarian or pescatarian, you know what I mean? Come on to the group, man.
We
Get
gotta
you some
do that.
information.
We're
We're going to talk about what's healthy, the foods that's healthy. We're going to talk about, you know what I mean, what tears your body down.
Because I still eat ribs.
That's cool. You know what I mean? That's
Is
cool for you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
So
that's what I say.
I'll die first,
I
right?
don't knock nobody. You know what I mean? I don't knock nobody.
Rest
but
in peace
I
to
do-
Kev, right?
I just speak my truth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't knock nobody for what they do.
No,
I was
because
there
you
too.
look good. You look
You know
good.
what I
Like,
mean?
because you, like when we were young, you was like me. You was brolic. You was
Fat.
right. Well, I wouldn't have said fat. I would have.
Not after you said you was just like me. Of course you wouldn't have.
Oh, she came at me.
No, she didn't. I did. But no, but here's the
That's
thing.
what I'm
No,
talking
I
about.
really know you're not. But I didn't even really. I just repeated, just.
No, he was a lot.
Yeah.
And brothers who know this brother know he was.
Man, listen, man.
Why you think you don't get
I
the-
got up to 275.
You don't get the name Bull.
Spent 300.
Well, you don't get the nickname Bull if you scared.
Right.
So when I see you, I say, this brother stopped doing something.
Mm.
And when you see me, you say, this brother didn't stop doing shit.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a burger today.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is why another reason why
And
I wanted
but it ain't just the meat that has us overweight. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit. Like we eating this processed food. You know what I'm saying? We eating food that was made to put on shelves and last forever. You know what I mean? That can't be good for us. We eating GMOs, genetically modified foods. Now, you are what you eat, right?
Right.
So if you eating fruit with no seeds, it's genetically modified. You fucking your seeds up because you eating the same shit. You know what I mean? Like this fruit was produced to not produce seeds
In a factory.
So if you eating these oranges with no seeds, brother, you killing your own seeds. And this is one of the reasons why we having these issues as far as sexuality in our community. You know
what if I don't want to have no more kids?
We killing our penises.
For
You know what I'm
fertility,
saying? This is serious, man. We killing our penises with the food. The meat is helping us do it. And you know what the sad thing is, a lot of us, we don't understand what it's doing. We don't know it. We have no clue. We eating what we think we're supposed to be eating. You know what I mean? Our women are cooking this food for us, and they don't know it, but they killing us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They killing themselves. They killing us. They killing the kids. This is serious. You know, these people it's a war out here on us. You know what I mean? It's a war against the black man.
Chemical
you know
warfare.
what I'm saying?
Chemical warfare.
It's in the air, it's in the water, it's in the food. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, again, I don't knock nothing that nobody eats. I just ask that you add more healthy things into your diet. So do more healthy practices, like do a regular detox every so often.
So what's the biggest thing that you took out of your diet that made the biggest difference? And shout out to Gigolo Jackson. I see him watching. I'm gonna get my brother on. Shout out to Jig, man. I keep telling you, I'm gonna bring you on. I made this brother. We planned this like a month ago. So I said, damn, man. I realized we got to get the Warrior Report started. So shout out to Gigolo. But what's the biggest thing that you took out of your diet that made the biggest difference?
Meat.
Okay.
When I stopped eating meat, I stopped drinking alcohol.
Okay.
When I stopped eating meat, I stopped drinking alcohol.
Okay.
For some reason, alcohol don't go well with a vegan diet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
How long before you noticed the difference? Like, and then at that point, it was probably hard to tell whether it was the meat or the alcohol that made the difference. But how long before you actually felt it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. Once I stopped eating meat, I say maybe 2 weeks after that, I start waking up fresher. You know,
2 weeks.
like I get up at 4:30 every morning, man.
That's what's up.
Weekends, I ain't got to work. I'll be up at 5.
Okay.
5:30. You know what I mean? And I just love to get up in the morning now. I want to get up. I want to get some of that fresh air outside.
That's
You know what I'm
what's up.
saying? I'm ready to get this day started.
Okay.
My mood started changing. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm eating foods that's putting nutritions.
Clean burn.
I'm eating foods that's feeding my brain. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating foods that's working with my nerves, or I'm drinking herbs that's working with my nerves, that's soothing me, you know what I mean? And you start to find this peace. You start to find this calmness more so. You know what I mean? That's why I say just start adding things into your diet. Different practices, you know what I'm saying? They make a real big difference. We got herbs, you know what I'm saying, that help men. That's good for men. Sexually, you know what I'm saying?
And I want to talk about that. Shout out to my top chat on YouTube. Clearly Clever. What's going on out there in LA on the west side? Amanda Osayande says, great topics tonight, brothers.
What's going on, Amanda?
My brother Wayne, my fellow Hall of Famer in North Dakota. We're going into the Hall of Fame this fall for us. Right. Shout out to Wayne. He said, facts. Need to know parental relationships. So that's just part of that's the YouTube, because we're simulcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So I got to give love to that. But I got so many people, brother, that's in the YouTube right now that got love for you and what you do. But I want to ask you one question. Give me a main herb. Because I just told you, I'm tempted to put some baby backs on the grill tomorrow, especially after we have a good show tonight. I think me and my brother get us a 12-pack, get us some vodka, we'll get us some baby back ribs. And you can look at us
And
both and tell.
And turn it into a podcast.
Right,
All that
right.
other stuff he said was true, but I don't need the ribs. I don't need pork.
Right,
You
he
know what I'm
won't,
saying?
but I'll do sausage.
Okay.
I eat meat. I ain't trying to be,
Yeah.
So what's the main herb? Where do I start at with the herbs?
The main herb, let me tell you, my favorite herb. This is something I do every day. Favorite. I do it in the morning and I drink some at night. Sea moss.
Okay.
Right.
Sea moss.
Now let me tell you about it. Sea moss, it has 92 out of the 102 minerals that your body's made out of.
Okay.
To put it in perspective, let's say meat eaters may get 45 of those minerals in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Out of the 102 minerals that we made out of. Vegetarians might get 65 of those minerals. Vegans might get 75, but this herb itself has 92 of the minerals.
Sea moss.
92 out of the 102 minerals.
How do you ingest that? Do you make it in a tea?
I make
you put
a
it
tea
in your
with it.
smoothie?
I make a tea with it. You can put it in your smoothie. If you can eat it, you could just eat it like that. However you can get it in, just get it in.
Yes.
You know
So if I get this sea moss, will it take away my desire to eat meat?
It could.
Okay.
It could. I ain't gonna say it will. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna take away the desire to eat meat is your mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just from thinking about it.
It's mental.
You know what I mean? Because see, when you understand that you need to make a change, the change is in process.
Okay.
Because you know
It's the first step.
You can't address change if you don't know you need to change.
Right.
So that's the first step in change. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right there. So it's in process. I was the same guy. Like meat, shit, I barbecue and won't have no sides. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Are you looking at me?
Or herb that I feel like everybody should take every day. You know what I mean? It's high in calcium and magnesium. Since it's high in calcium and magnesium, that means it's good for your bones, which debunks the whole myth of milk.
The calcium.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The calcium.
you need to drink the milk.
See, calcium alone, milk just has calcium alone, and calcium alone pulls from your bone density.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You need magnesium to come with the calcium. If you ever notice, like, look at different, when you read labels, you ever see something that has calcium, more than likely it's going to have magnesium also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Especially, because the plants, they come the way our body needs. The creator created the plants just perfectly for us. We're made out of the same things that the earth is made out of. You know what I'm saying? The same minerals that the earth made out of. The same thing that the plants need to live, we need to live.
Yes,
You dig what I'm saying? It's a connection to it all.
So what I wanted to ask you, because obviously you got a lot more experience at this than me. But when you got we talked about herbs earlier and talking in terms of the marijuana and so on and so forth, and we talked about self-medicating, right? So one of the shows that we had coming up here is how do you cope? So when you have a brother or a sister that comes to you and their coping mechanism is food, right, or their coping mechanism is marijuana, or but they're looking to make a change. So what do you tell them to do to help them cope with life? Because we all got something.
I like to teach meditation.
I was gonna say, because we all got something. It's meditation. Some of us do gambling. Some of us read, rest. Some of us work. You know what I mean? Everybody has a coping mechanism.
Well,
the meditation is
one true way would be meditation.
Yes, sir.
See, when you go into meditation, the consciousness takes over and reprograms your brain.
Which is your subconscious mind.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You have to reprogram your brain. So different things arise, that's problems or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Your brain reacts in a certain way. Just like we was talking about earlier. You know what I mean? The women, they do this, they hurt us bad when we was young. So now we growing up thinking pimp this, pimp that, I'm a player, fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? And all that.
Right.
Because see, it's a program that your brain learned to automatically do. You know what I'm saying? To automatically think. So we have to go on, you go into meditation on this. You go into meditation, you're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, your triggers. And you picture yourself, you imagine yourself while you're in meditation, handling those triggers in a better way. Smile peacefully, you know what I'm saying? And you do this over and over again. Eventually, your mind will reprogram itself.
Yes, sir.
You know, because the mind, it reprograms through repetition.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what I want to ask you now, because I do a little meditation, right? I'm still, I'm still learning, right? So I do a little meditation. But what would you tell somebody? Because the problem I had when I would talk to people and they would say meditation, well, what does that mean, right? Break that down on a third grade level. How would you sit down and meditate?
Okay, check this out. Let me explain a little bit about how the brain works.
Yes, sir.
when you wake up in the morning, the brain is powered. Like we are electrical beings.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your brain has to rise to 13 hertz in order for you to wake up.
Boom.
Now,
Love it.
7 hertz and below, you're asleep. 7 hertz is sleep, 0, your brain dead. In between 7 and 13 is where meditation is where you find the meditation state.
Right.
So when you're taking these 4-second breaths, you know what I'm saying? 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. That's how you lower the electricity in your brain to go below the 13. You know what I'm saying?
And then slow it down even further if you can.
Exactly.
Because the breath is the one thing that you do both consciously and subconsciously. So it connects you.
Right.
Is your conscious with your subconscious.
Exactly.
So the slower the breath, the closer you are to a REM state or a state of sleep, or even I can say the closest you will ever be to death without dying. So so.
Well, I would say sleep more so. Sleep is closer to death.
Yes, sir.
Than it is in your meditation state.
Well, because
see, in your meditation state, while we're meditating, you know, you're still conscious enough to be aware of what's going on around.
Yes, sir.
But when you sleep, you're not.
But if you're meditating to a certain level, like you get to transcendental meditation, right? You've gone from your body.
Well, you know, either way it go, you're still in between that 7 and 13.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Either
Yes,
way
sir.
it go.
Yes, sir.
If you fall asleep, you're below 7 now. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess first of all, I want to tell people.
Yeah,
that was you clarified it for me.
I want to tell people, yes, it is Wednesday night. Yes, we normally don't come on until Thursdays, but from now on, Wednesday nights will be the night we do the Warrior Report with my brother Kamar Carter. So if you're watching the show and you're saying, whoa, I wasn't expecting this, I wasn't expecting them to be talking about meditation and the electricity that flows through my body and sea moss. Well, you know, get it. I tell you all the time, you got to be aware you can't be no square. But what I want you to do is I want you to hit like, hit share, hit follow. Follow my brother. He has a Facebook group called what's your Facebook?
Healthy Self, Heal Thyself.
Right. You got to get with that. You got to get with the Get Motivated, Get Healthy Facebook group.
You'll see my request coming.
3041 North.
Right.
And you have to understand that the whole purpose of this show is to talk about wellness, and it's to talk about the things that ail us as Black men. I want to say this because time flies when you're doing a damn good podcast, right?
Yeah,
so we're an hour and 7 minutes in.
Look,
and I try to keep this. I try to keep this at an hour and 30 minutes max, right? I used to do, and this brother Tay used to do 2.5, 3 hours. I no longer do that because I know
it's hard to watch a 3-hour podcast.
It is, and that's why I say I try to keep
even when they're good.
Right,
real talk.
So I want to
pause it, and then when you wake up again, and finish watching.
That's so many times. I put it on pause, take a nap, wake up,
and wake up.
And we'll be back. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Understand this? We're gonna talk like this is an extended conversation because we're gonna talk about. I don't think you can just do the things on the outside. I think you have to do things on the inside, myself included. That's why I can fully admit that you know I'm a meat eater. I still have a lot of bad habits. Hell, I drank some beer tonight. I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh no!
Right. I'm not.
Say, what?
Right.
What do you mean?
So cats who know me watching show like ain't no way in the hell Kevin ain't eating no ribs.
Right.
Kev still eats ribs, but I think one of the things that I wanted to do with you is because I am a man over 40 and I have had a heart attack. I have had a heart attack.
Now that's saying you're saying
you know what
something.
you shake every day? Cayenne pepper.
Right. Okay.
Because see, I'm gonna tell you about cayenne pepper, man. If you catch somebody in the beginning stages of a heart attack and you could get them some cayenne pepper, you could stop that heart attack.
Okay. I wish I'd have knew that.
Yeah, man.
Because I was here by myself, and it was a situation, and I'm not gonna go into that on the show.
I'm gonna go home and pour some cayenne pepper and something, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you what, I would owe Freighted a lot less money if I knew that, right? But I'm saying to people,
that's just something you should do every day. Take a couple of them cayenne capsules.
I want to touch this.
I make those.
I take the baby aspirin. Is that?
I don't agree with aspirin because it's not natural.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Our bodies, like I said, we got a plant-based body. You know what I mean? And anything we put in our bodies that's not natural, that our body can't recognized, it turns into mucus,
Okay.
and mucus leads to
So that's where I was going with it.
Dr.
Where are
Sebi.
you? Where are you
Nah.
on? Where are you on? Because
That's Sebi.
we've had a lot of different arguments.
Oh, too many.
With our listeners about the Sebi.
Not only the
So
listeners.
I wanted to know where you are on the Sebi thing, because like
listen,
I looked at the Sebi diet and I said, ain't no way the hell.
It's
Man,
hard.
Listen,
It's
man,
damn hard.
I'm gonna tell you, man. There was a guy in my group. First of all, you know, I got mad love for the great Dr. Sebi.
listen.
This is the thing, right? Now he's a holistic doctor, a holistic practitioner.
Yes, sir.
Right.
There are many holistic practitioners,
A lot.
and what I've learned is that all these different holistic practitioners, they all have their own method.
Right.
Sebi's method is the alkaline diet,
Yes, sir.
which is what I believe to be the best diet.
Boom.
Is,
Okay.
But see, now let me get back to this guy in the group.
Yes.
Came into my group. You know, I posted a post about
And then what's the name of your group?
Healthy self, heal thyself.
Okay. We're gonna put that up. Make sure
Yes.
you join this brother's group. I'm
Man,
gonna put
support-
it up on my
listen.
timeline.
Yeah,
Support
and,
righteousness.
Now, like I say, Sebi has the best. It's an alkaline diet. You know what I mean? Now, the brother in this group, in my health group, he came in. I posted a post about asparagus, and asparagus isn't on Dr. Sebi's
It's
approved
not.
list,
Right.
right?
I put some
Now, check
back
this
today.
out.
Yes, sir. Go
Now,
ahead.
check this out. I
Uh-huh.
posted. And the
Uh-huh.
brother come on there. Oh, that's garbage. It's not approved. So I came on there. I said, hold on, brother. Listen, check this out. This ain't one of those Sebi groups where we all hard up on the Sebi diet. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'm trying to help people transition.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Now, see, when I was transitioning, man, like I first got hip to Sebi. Like that was during the time when I was transitioning. So, and I didn't know what the hell I was finna eat. It was my spirit was just like doing meat no more.
and it was expensive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Well, no, it really wasn't, and that's
Tell
another
me,
thing, right? Now,
Sebi
see,
stuff is
this
expensive.
is the difference. If this is how you're eating, it's not expensive because you ain't buying all the other bullshit. You ain't buying the
Right.
sodas, you ain't buying the cookies, you ain't buying the chips.
That means you're by
all the
yourself.
processed
That means
food.
you don't have kids, and you know what I'm
Right,
saying. You're not
right.
forcing everybody to go through the
no.
church.
Exactly, right.
What is that
Now, when you have a family, it's hard.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because everybody's not trying to bust this move.
Right.
At
You
the
may
same
have to
time.
do this on your own for a while.
Okay.
I met a brother who was like, man, look, my wife ate meat when you know what I mean, when I changed over, we had to buy different food. She seen how serious I was, and eventually she just started coming on in a little at a time, and now we both eat the same way.
Well, now,
Thank
my wife has let go of the beef and the pork.
Man, that's great.
Oh, she
does-
waiting on you.
She does the chicken.
Yeah, you next, brother.
Yeah, she waiting.
No.
She waiting on you.
He said no,
Yeah.
no.
I'm from Capital. Listen,
Hey man, that don't mean
Listen, that mean it can't drive. That ain't got nothing to do with your diet.
Oh,
You
no.
know what I'm saying?
hold on, no, but what I'm saying is, so what you just hit an important point, because she did that, right? She went pescatarian, right? But my children, right? Like, so with my thing with her is, you don't need to be eating a certain thing, right? So she's like, well, Kevin, I'm gonna get you fruit, I'm gonna get you water, I'm gonna get you healthy snacks. But what happens is, my kids eat everything. So they'll eat all that shit.
When they get done eating that
But
shit.
then, right. But
Then
then the
they eat
only
the
thing
healthy shit.
left is microwave popcorn.
Right, right.
So when your boy's hungry,
Let's go.
he's gonna eat some microwave popcorn. So much for the health,
Let's
right?
go, let's go.
So like you said, to make it a family thing is important. But like right now, because see, I'm one of those parents where I'm not gonna put on my kids. I grew up drinking soda. I grew up being able to eat candy. My parents didn't, so I want them to be able to have a childhood. Like, I'm not gonna tell my son right now, well, you can't never eat a Twinkie again in your life, right? Because I realize at some point he or she will get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want them to be acclimated to it so that they won't go crazy. It's like you can't take all of the freedom from your children,
Mm-hmm.
because when they get a little bit of it, if they've never had it, they're gonna go ape shit, right?
Either that or they just won't want it. You
Right.
know?
But they'll
My
resist.
daughter,
They'll go ape
my
shit.
17-year-old, she does what she wants to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She's at that age where, I can't stop it. Plus, she lives with her mother also.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I can't change her diet.
Right.
Now, my little daughter, she's with me a lot.
Okay. And I seen
I
the
don't-
pictures.
I don't force it on her.
Okay.
But we always had a healthy talks. You know what I mean? It's always something. Daddy, is that healthy? Daddy, is this healthy? Daddy, is this healthy?
Well, she's a
you know
blank
what I
slate
mean?
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what's up.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my job to plant the seed. She lives with her mother too, so she has to eat whatever they cook over there. You know what I mean? And I tell her that. But like, if you ask her, I'm a vegetarian when I'm with my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Well,
So
I can almost
when she can make the choice to be, right?
So
I can almost
so,
hear your baby mama saying, "Well, you ain't with your daddy."
right.
now."
You know what I'm saying? So, and even still, when we go to a restaurant or something, you know what I mean? I'll let her. You can order whatever you want to order. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to stop
It's not
it,
by force,
but it's
by
just
choice.
yeah, it's just in her mind that it's another route.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I do want to say this because we are short of time, and believe me, next Wednesday this thing will progress. My brother and myself have already.
I enjoyed
discussed.
it, man.
Me
I
too,
enjoyed
man.
it.
Well, I'm not going to cut off yet, but I just want people to understand that the Warrior Report is part of the People's Network. So tomorrow night, yeah, it will be Outlaw Radio, and it will be what it is. But next Wednesday, because me and my brother, we've already talked about topics that we'll be able to discuss 5-6 weeks from now.
Man,
but I promise.
one
I was gonna say,
for a
right?
month.
I got a few more questions on this one here.
But I promise
next
people
week.
sex.
Yeah.
I promise sex.
Well, you do that all the time.
Stop it. Stop
I've
it.
heard about you.
Stop it. Right? You shouldn't have heard about me. You shouldn't have heard
she
about
told
me.
me. She told me. What do you want me to do?
That means she's telling my business.
Well, that's your problem.
So when we talk about herbs, what is the best herb that you can take to increase your vitality? Because let's be honest, and brothers ain't often honest about it, and we know.
Macaroon?
Well, we're going to talk about. Hold on, we're going to talk about evolution.
On the goat weed?
Me and my brother talked about evolution, and we talked about going from those youngsters who we once were to the older men that we are now. Now, I'm real about mine because I'll tell you, I ain't gonna stay up all night wrestling with you no more. Right? I gotta go to sleep. Right? Whether or not I gotta go to work in the morning or not. But I'm saying you still want to be accountable, right? And all of us as men, you don't want your girl being like, well, goddamn, like for real? You don't
already?
Like you don't want to turn into Al Bundy, right?
Right.
So I want to know.
You want to know the herbs.
I want to know the herbs.
What can I do? The natural Viagra.
This might start me from eating meat and just eating that herb. I want to know
another thing.
What's the best herb that will get you vital so you can still keep your girl saying, "Whoo wee."
I said two of them.
I got a mix that I make.
Okay.
Now it's a lot of different things that you can do.
Right.
But I have a mix, right? And one of them, like I said, is cayenne peppers in there.
Okay.
Got turmeric. I got the cayenne pepper in there because it's good for your blood flow.
Right.
I got turmeric in there in case there's some kind of inflammation going on anywhere. And it also softens up the veins. I have maca root in there.
Okay.
Maca root is for energy. I have nettle in there, nettle leaf. Nettle leaf, it is nourishing to your prostate.
And I'm sorry, but men understand when you're talking about the sexual vitality and all that, it has everything to do with your prostate.
Yeah, because see, listen, it's
everything to do with your prostate.
I want to say it's 3 different ways where you can wind up with some kind of erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
One of them is a full colon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you got waste just sitting in your colon,
red meat.
It sits. Yep, exactly. Red meat is the big one. It
Yes,
sits right there. It don't go nowhere. But anyway, your colon is right over your prostate. So if your colon is full,
blocking the flow,
weighing down on your prostate, so your prostate ain't working right.
Okay.
Can't work right. So you may just need a colon cleanse. You know what I'm saying? A natural colon cleanse. That's something else that we can do now.
Yes, sir.
Without the doctor's help.
And that's not really that difficult.
Well, hold on, because I'm looking at your feed. I don't know how to say his last. He said, "Tell Kev to let a brother talk." I'm not. Listen,
I didn't even say it this
time. I'm watching his feed. I feel like I let you talk. Yeah. And I feel like you got to follow it.
Somebody said that?
Well, it's right here. How you say his name?
He said, yep.
He said, let him. I thought I let the brother talk. Maybe I didn't, but I exist.
I feel like you did. It's all
I'm
good,
objective.
man.
I'm objective. So if y'all
Say
want to,
what you got a question? Say it. You
Right.
got any questions?
Thank
you got
you.
anything you want me to
There you
expound
go.
on?
Because he totally has
just
this
chime
before.
on in. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's my boy.
I
That's why I brought him in. Like, don't underestimate why I brought. Obviously,
you know, we want to learn, but then we also want to have
Right,
fun too.
right,
You know what I'm
This
saying?
is real, man. And let me tell you, here's the thing. What people don't realize until you actually come and get behind the mic, the number one enemy of any podcast or radio show or anything is dead air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
and I'm going to tell you, my brother does an excellent job of making sure there's no dead air.
No, I respect the listener.
No, man, I'm just telling you, it's a difficult thing to
because
do.
I asked you a question. You said you mixing up you mixing up cayenne because I'm finna put this shit in some water tonight and let it marinate.
Mm-hmm.
Turmeric,
You have a stomach ache.
cayenne, right.
Right.
I'm having runs, but I'm gonna be hard, so it's gonna be all good. I might have to shit, but my wife will be satisfied.
Make sure you get the proper order of that.
No, because I don't want people to think. First of all, this is a
Somebody's sound is up. Go ahead.
well, that's yours.
No, it ain't.
So, but this is a collaborative effort, and this is a continuous thing. So I don't want anybody to think I brought Kamar here and didn't let him talk. I do have big ass mouth.
Oh yeah, we gonna be here next Wednesday. We'll be here next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that, the Wednesday after that, and the Wednesday after that.
Yeah.
You know,
knowledge is infinite, man.
As long as y'all loving us, you know what I'm saying.
So,
we're here.
so
and I always got a
it
question.
said because he's in your watch party. So did he tell you what he wanted to know?
Or for some reason I can't even.
You got to get on. That's why I asked you. You got to get on the Wi-Fi. Because if Sam want me to shut the hell up, I will. I thought I did for a long time because I didn't know nothing about the sea moss and nothing.
Yeah.
I got some people.
I'm sorry, but let me finish talking about the prostate issue.
Okay.
Okay. Now, like I say, you got the full colon that weighs down on your prostate. That can slow you down sexually. Diabetes. You know what I'm saying? You got a high A1C count for a prolonged period of time. That can kill your sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
What's the third? Blood pressure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You ain't getting the correct blood flow down there.
Okay.
And that's why I say cayenne pepper is good.
And then a lot of brothers is on blood pressure medication.
And that's killing.
You know what I'm saying? And that's killing.
Like say it again.
It's
you know what I mean?
Like,
now see, these blood pressure herbs is different from the blood pressure medicine.
Talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blood pressure medicine is harming.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. You know, like I said, the whole thing again is the war against the black man. You know what I mean?
To kill our vitality.
Now they winning if we can't make no kids.
Right.
You know
but that's what they want because they're scared of that number getting to the point where they are the numerical,
and it's there already.
Well, for sure.
And that's why they do it.
So let me get this because I want this for my notes and asking for a friend. Turmeric and red and cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper, yeah, it's great for you.
That'll get it jump started.
Don't forget about the macaroon.
But you're saying behind that.
I don't know if you mentioned the horny goat weed.
You know that macaroon. No, I didn't mention the horny goat weed. That's another herb that's good for you.
Yes, sir.
You got a lot of them. Another one, you know what I'm saying? Another one is sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla and burdock root also.
Burdock.
And burdock root, yeah. Okay. And I say those because they're high in iron. These two plants have the highest iron content.
But you saying behind that, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to invest in this, I need to reduce the red meat intake.
Why?
Once again, I don't want people to think that this is like a miracle.
Sugar.
Right. You got so you got to do the discipline behind this and then take those herbs and then you'll see the results. Because I don't want brothers to go
I'm gonna tell
make
you, man,
a shake.
sometimes I'm gonna tell you though, you know what I mean? You can see some results while you're still doing what you're doing, but I don't know how long it'll last. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, it's really like a if.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? If you ain't changing nothing else.
So
small changes in your lifestyle, you know, make a big difference. Just small change.
Oatmeal is always better than no meal, though. You know what I'm saying? But I did want to ask you about a couple things, and then just ask your expertise on it. What about? We talked about the blood pressure. What about? I had an African woman suggest to me taking okra water, like soaking some okra in the water, right, before the next day. And I did that, and it actually did bring my blood pressure down.
It's good for diabetes too. It brings blood. It's a natural insulin also.
So just soaking some okra in some water and drinking it the next morning, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, natural things. As far as the ED and the sexually things like this, I'm going to ask you about watermelon rind.
Man, that's great for you. The watermelon, excuse me, the
Yes.
watermelon seeds.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even like, I mean, they're high in copper, magnesium.
Nobody
zinc.
thinks to
And
drink.
see, zinc is another thing that we need for that.
But
Yes,
see,
sir.
I got skewed in your I got skewed in your watch party too because so you don't believe in feminism, OMG, lesbian women are confused, bruh, stop it. Like somebody was saying that to me.
No, like let's go back and talk about that.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why are daddy issues labeled on women? I think we addressed
Yeah,
that
he
one.
more than addressed that.
Well, I'm just going back over.
No, thank you.
Because I want to know what people. Now, see, I want to say this to lesbian women.
Oh,
First of all, that's a different show.
yes.
That's a different show.
Come back on Outlaw Radio tomorrow night.
No, we're not going to do it on our radio.
I might have a segment
Well, no,
about
but
it.
this is because this is his watch party.
Yes.
So I'm addressing his watch party.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to say to sisters, I don't have anything against lesbianism, and I'm not homophobic because phobia indicates fear. And I'm
Fear.
not scared of gay people at all.
Right.
Now, I am a heterosexual male. I'm a heterosexual male, and I do have a son who I would like to be a man and a daughter who I would like to be a woman. If you want to have a fair conversation about lesbianism and homosexuality versus heterosexuality, we can do it on my show. Please don't take the stance that, oh, this is homophobic or this is anti-lesbian, because the reason why we do the Warrior Report is because it's about people who have been to war. It's about frontline soldiers. So no matter who or what you are, there is an avenue here, our platform. And this is why my brother and myself created this platform. So we talked about that and I was able to give my opinion. The conversation got fast paced, but I don't want any female who watched it, who might follow you, to be upset and say, and we talked about daddy issues and mommy issues, right?
It was
So
brought up.
please listen to the entirety of the conversation before you draw a conclusion, right? And I'm sure my brother Bull, if you communicate with him, he will straighten you out as we go along because he knows that my intentions are genuine.
Definitely.
So I just wanted to put that out there. And believe me, I'm learning as I go. I'm a smart brother. I will not hesitate to say that, but I also don't know everything, right? And I exist to learn, which is one of the reasons
We
why
all should.
I asked my brother to come on and let's collaborate and let's do something because I know he has an understanding that I don't have. If I knew everything, I wouldn't have never had a heart attack, right? So, and I think that that's what's most important. Black people got to stop thinking that their opinion is the know-all and be-all.
Right.
It's about being objective and subjective. One thing I learned about research as a doctoral student is you have to remove bias from it. You have to remove what you think will be the outcome and let the outcome be the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to you if you was on my brother's.
Discuss the outcome.
Right. And then let's talk about it for what it is.
Right.
And
So-
you're
so
not
I
going to
didn't-
agree with everything.
Well, no.
You're absolutely not going to agree with everything, that,
Right,
man. That's all right.
So
That's
shout out
okay.
to Sin. I don't know how to say your last name. And in the future, believe me, Brother Kamar will have more than enough chances to talk and expound on what he's doing.
Yeah, we're gonna get it in, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it in.
Yeah. And there ain't no shit over here where we okay if they let me talk or that brother thinking. No, this is a brotherhood. This is solidarity, and this is what brothers have to do. We need to be able to have constructive conversations to become definitive answers. So please, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I'm gonna cut it off because I want y'all to leave wanting something.
Yeah, we'd rather give you not enough
Right,
than too much,
right,
right?
Yeah,
You know
just
what
wait
I'm
till
saying?
next week.
Right,
Wait
right.
till next week. Watch what we talk about next week.
Hey,
Right, because now we
I got
know.
questions I didn't even get to. So
Right,
I'm
because
looking
now
forward
we
to
and
it.
look,
We gonna do a part two.
look, I wrote a whole show.
Yeah, we need to
Right.
do a part two.
I
We
will.
probably need to do a part two.
This is an extended
So it's a
conversation.
matter of
What's
time.
the name of your Facebook group, brother?
Healthy self, heal thyself.
Healthy Self, Heal Thyself.
Or I tell you what, if you add me on Facebook, Kamar Carter, I'll get you to the page.
Right.
And I'm gonna put your group up on my page where I have a lot of listeners. Kevin Barnes. I do the People's News Network Facebook
Definitely
group,
get in that group if you're
which
not
has.
already.
I thought I already added my
Yeah,
brother.
I'm on there.
Right. So, and we have a lot of pertinent information. Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn has his own page. We do have a Twitter page, the People's Network. We do have an Instagram page. And of course, don't you dare forget about our YouTube page, the People's Network. So believe me, if you enjoyed tonight's show, God bless you, and thank you for
One
tuning
more,
in.
my bad, Kevin. One more plug.
Yes, sir.
Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements page.
Hey.
Okay.
That's my herbal page where I sell a lot of
Say
my herbs.
say
on.
it again.
Nature's Nature.
Add
Herbs
me
and
to that.
Supplements.
Add me to that.
All right.
Shout out to Keith
Likewise.
Terry. Shout out to all my boys, because you had a lot of people from your neighborhood who was like, man, when Bull coming up?
Yeah.
Like, when you and Bull gonna do it, right? So it's a lot of love on that. Dumac, and we talking about Doe, and
Yeah.
we talking about June.
Hey, Buck on Facebook now.
Right.
Yeah,
Buck
he-
hit me up one
yeah.
night. Yeah. And June hit me like, when that Bull, when you gonna do it?
He chimed in.
Right. So it's a lot of love, man, between me and this brother, man, and even my brother here, man. We
Thank
talking
y'all
about
for letting me be a part of it.
oh,
man.
generationally,
Yes, sir.
man.
Man, it's all a
We
blessing.
can
man. It's
change
all
the
a blessing.
game, man. We can change the game if you just tuned in.
And we will change the game.
Yeah, you missed a great
Yes.
show. You can go back and he did it. It's on his timeline because he did a watch party. I'm live.
I'm gonna share it.
Usually,
sure,
no,
for
you're
sure.
live on yours too,
Okay.
and the Facebook page. I'm gonna put all this up. I want y'all to understand one thing: that this is about changing the game, and this is about writing our own narrative. And like I always say, I hope you get everything you want, but I hope you want everything you get, right?
Yes, sir.
So the one thing you gotta understand is we don't do this for no reason. And it's about unity in our community. And it's about black men writing our own narrative. We're gonna stop letting people talk about us, and they're gonna have to talk to us eventually.
Stop letting
Right.
them tell you about us.
So
Right.
tomorrow night, Outlaw Radio will be on, and I already told this brother you can come on anytime you want. But Outlaw Radio is a little bit different. You will start to see the differences because tomorrow night we'll go political, heavily political. We'll do some current events, heavy current events. But the Warrior Report is about what we need to be taught for black men.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So remember that. Y'all got something to say, brother? You got something you want to add?
Man, I appreciate y'all having me, man, and letting me be a part of this. I got a lot more questions and answers, man, so I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
it.
because we're gonna talk about vitality more because I want mine to be long and strong.
Yeah, man, we gonna get it. I mean,
Yeah,
the
make sure.
vitality is
I want-
important, man. It's
I
important
yeah,
for
I
all
gotta
girls.
keep
I
it
mean,
going.
it's like this is the key to our well-being. It's the
Come on.
key to our longevity.
And talk about
You know what I'm
masculinity.
Yeah.
Look,
And I wanted to
take a
talk.
beat his chest behind
Yeah.
some shit.
I wanted to talk more about
She could
sex.
get up and make you breakfast, nigga. You
I
know,
wanted
yeah.
to talk more
Right.
about sex, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, we know you do.
Information cometh, right?
We know you do.
No
Kev.
pun intended. My brother. That's what
Nah, man, I just want to say peace, love, and light, everybody. And I want to thank you, brothers, also for having me and us creating this whole demonstration right here. I feel
Yes,
like this is something important that we all need to know. We all need to get this information, man, as far as us, black people. You know what I mean?
Yay.
I love y'all. And I know y'all love me.
No doubt. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. I'm sure we'll get a lot of views on this. I'm sure we already have a lot of views because you get a lot of love. I get a lot of love. Right? People's News Network. Tomorrow night we're gonna
from a
get some
different
politics.
angle.
Yes, right. Peace out.
I am your conscience.
Peace.
I am your conscience. Nature's